So you've had a career as an athlete.
Mm-hmm.
Any injuries, any wear and tear? Tell me what's going on.
You know, I was very fortunate to only miss about 12 to 13 games in 16 years.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Never broke any bones. Never had any major injuries. You know, back in my time, I played with two great basketball players, John Stockton and Karl Malone. Back in our day, even if you were 70%, you didn't want to miss a game. You played. You kind of sucked it up and you went out and you played and you performed and nobody really knew you were hurt. So I didn't miss many games. There were some minor injuries like ankle sprains and you know, tweaked knees. Maybe they only kept you out for a game or two, but nothing that kept me out long term.
Mm-hmm.
But wear and tear, obviously,
Right.
every player goes through it.
Right.
If you played an extended amount of time, years, and if you played, especially the NBA, where you play every other day, almost back-to-back games quite a bit. You have preseason, you have postseason, you have the regular season, which is over 80-something games.
Wow.
Think about that for a minute. I played 16 years. 12 years of that were 100 or more games a year. I played starter minutes, which means there's 48 minutes in a game. You're playing most of those minutes. And so all the running and jumping and pounding, it's a wear and tear on your body.
Right.
But it's not until you leave that profession, not until you retire, do you start to understand how much wear and tear it was when you
Right.
try to do some of the normal things like keep up with your kids.
Right.
You know, your kids want you to come out and play one-on-one and, you know, you're feeling a little something. Those are the times you say, okay, now I'm starting to feel my
Right.
career, the wear and tear on my shoulder, the wear and tear on my legs, because that's all we do in basketball. We run and jump all the time, and there's a lot of force coming down on those knees. So I think it's quite a prediction that you're going to have some issues once you get done.
Right. So tell me the issues you're having with your knees.
I don't think it's unlike any other athlete. I have tenderness in my knees. I have days where, you know, it's difficult to train kids because you have to jump, you have to, you know, they don't want to just see you stand there and direct them.
Right.
They're saying, okay, you played, you got to be able to do this yourself, just show me how to do it. And so there are times when I have to make sure I really, really warm up well before I go out there. And sometimes that doesn't help. But it's obviously because I'm 56 years old and I'm in relatively good shape for my age.
Yes.
But there's some things that are going to naturally happen because of age and because of the wear and tear that you've had, and knees are a big part of that.
Right. So what did you have done today?
Oh, I had the stem cells in both my knees,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't know a whole lot about stem cells, other than what I read
Right.
and what I knew through news articles and things like that. And back when I knew a lot, it was relatively new. But since then, I've been able to speak to a lot of people, not just athletes,
Right.
who have gone through this process and have had raving reviews about it.
Raving reviews.
Yeah, so
like pain gone?
Yeah, like pain gone. I'm back to running again, back to jumping again. Even people who never played sports. I have a mother-in-law who had some knee problems, and she went through the same process, and now she's able to walk around and without pain.
Wow.
So, you know, when you hear those stories, you're like, okay, should I do it? And then what convinces you is when you just finished with a kid, and then the next day your knees are stiff, and so I decided to go for it.